Hello, how are you? My name is Ali Bahadur Raja, and today I'll be talking about my internship learning objectives. My internship learning objectives were formed in my BIT class in school, and this assignment is my final assignment for my internship. I was working at the front office department in Barcelona for 4 months at the Derby Hotel. It's a four-star boutique hotel which is owned by the Derby Hotels Collection. It's located near Camp Nou, and you can easily access La Rambla and the beach. So my first learning objective for my internship was I really wanted to learn Spanish. But it was difficult because in Barcelona they speak Catalan as well as Spanish, so it's a bit different. Catalan people can understand uh, what Spanish is, but uh, the Spanish people from other areas other than Catalonia, it's a bit difficult for them to understand Catalan. So the problem I faced was that for the first month I didn't do any check-ins or anything like that because my manager he tried to help me out, but the guests that we had at the hotel were mostly Spanish locals and large groups from other countries, but it was like mostly like a business hotel, so most of the people were Spanish, just the locals. So they barely knew how to speak English. It would only be in Spanish, and I knew nothing about Spanish when I first arrived there. So, other than checking in, I helped them with everything else. I showed them around the hotel, I showed them how to access their rooms, and I helped them with their baggage. Anything they needed, they could call me. But I couldn't check in because I had no idea about Spanish when I got there. So I used to also switch around with the bar. I went for a 4 month internship in front office, but I could work at the bar as well because my previous internship I was working in F&B, so that was actually pretty easy for me. But for front office, I really needed to work hard and actually learn the system. The system they used, it wasn't Opera. It was a system similar to Opera that only the Derby Hotel Collection used, and there wasn't an English version of it. So that made it even harder for me to do any check-ins or anything like that. They told me that you can practice every day. They gave me books. They gave me they gave me an address to a school where I can go and learn Spanish. But that really didn't help. I went for a week, but it didn't help much. And I learned more with through my colleague who was there. She used to teach me every day, and after the first month, I finally figured out, how to I can finally check in people. I learned the system. I worked hard for to learn it, and it was nothing like opera because what we were taught was the entire opera system, and it was nothing like it. So after the first month, it got pretty easy for me. I would even get off work early. The manager would let me go home early because there wasn't much work to do. But before the I could actually check in, I was at the bar, so I stayed late nights. And other than that objective, my other objective was to learn as much as possible about the country, and it was quite a unique experience for me because I had no idea Barcelona would be like this. It reminded me of home country, Pakistan, so much because there's a lot of our population in that country. So it didn't feel like I was away from anything. I really liked Barcelona. It really taught me a lot of things, and I would definitely go there again. I wanted to learn as much as possible from this internship, and I did. I learned how to communicate with guests, and I learned a lot of Spanish. And a problem that I faced that at the hotel was there. One of my colleagues, we didn't get along very much, but slowly even that changed. And one thing that really impressed my manager was that there was a guest, a Pakistani guest, and none of them could speak the local language. And he was really upset because his food didn't get there on time. It was actually an hour late, and they kept calling. So I went to him and I talked to him in the local language, and I spoke with him. I told him it doesn't usually happen at this hotel, because it's a nice hotel. It has all the amenities you can have for a business hotel, and I calmed him down, and my manager was really impressed with me that I how could I do this? It's never happened before, and that's it pretty much. That's all my internship. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a wonderful day.